Yeah.
Mysterious. It's mysterious.
And we just want to encourage people, in the, we will shout you out. We'll do a little dance. If you guys in the chat send us a super chat, whether it's $1, $2 through $3, $5, $10, we're looking to build Hustle Zone TV, encourage writers to hire writers and to encourage more diversity in the media space. So, and shout out to all those that you guys are amazing. I'm just seeing a lot of activity here. Thank you guys so much for. How
can I see the thread?
The thread is actually on the top, so you can see the thread. If you look on are you on a computer or on a?
If I pull it up on my phone right here.
Yeah.
Or is it on? If I had.
It's on here. It's on StreamYard. Are you on a phone?
I'm on. I mean, my iPad. Oh, live comments! Holy crap! There's so many.
We're going through them anyways, so yeah. We'll go through them as we go for sure.
So,
awesome.
Jared, we have reached an hour. Are you good to go a little longer?
Yeah, it depends how interesting the questions are, but sure.
Okay, awesome.
We're going there.
We do have a round 2, lightning round. That's going to be coming up shortly, but I guess as an entrepreneur and you're a business person, you're someone that, a lot of your friends, maybe a lot of your friends that you've grown up with will never experience some of the things that you've experienced. Because you have a list of accomplishments, you've worked with a lot of amazing people, but, a lot of that stuff can be very isolating. And, because there's a lot of people that don't understand. And if you are dealing with people in the industry, industry tends to be, all about business and, and what can I get from you? So you kind of find yourself in a box, in a good place, mind you. I'm sure you wouldn't trade what you're doing for the world. But at the same time, there's pockets of, there are pockets of being, I don't know if it's loneliness but there are pockets where, where you feel like you can't express yourself the way that you want to. Now, do you identify with what I'm saying? And, what sort of relationships do you have with the friends that you grew up with? People that are not in the music industry.
Yeah, I mean, of course I identify, but I think what you're talking about is something that...
Folks, this is Ryan Perez with Hustle Zone Jam Session, or sorry, Hustle Zone Jazz. This is Hustle Zone Exclusiva, and this is my wonderful co-host, Monica Black Diamond. How's it going? Oh, you are muted.
Sorry about that. My goodness, what's wrong with us today? Listen, welcome everybody to Exclusiva. We're here having a good time, bringing you some amazing new shows, and this is one of them. So I'm super excited. How about you, Ryan?
I'm super excited too. Today's guest is very awesome. So awesome that I've had his song stuck in my head for 3 days.
Stuck. He's not kidding.
Yeah,
he's not kidding, you guys.
Now this song is going viral, right? Like I see, a few people on our guest not timeline, but stories, and everyone's doing their own version of it, and it's pretty cool. But he's a great songwriter and whatnot. But before we get to our amazing guest, let's talk. How are you doing? What's going on in your life, Monica?
Like truth, or like hilarious truth, or what side?
Hilarious truth. Give us
hilarious.
Give us all you got. And by the way, shout out to Tori. She's like, Jerry, we love you.
That's what it was like.
So we got Kente now.
Hey, Kente.
Folks, if you guys could do us a good favor and share this out to as many people as you possibly can. We need to get as much good vibes, like Tori
Good
says, pure
vibes.
vibes. We need to get so much. We got to get.
Ryan,
Yeah,
Ryan.
hold on.
You know, Jared got some like amazing, grossness, amazing fans. Like, they're the best fans that I've seen so far. Like, they love
Really?
him.
Really?
Like, wow. Yes. I remember I went on to one of his lives and they were just going crazy. But not like crazy, crazy. Like, they're so kind. They're so nice. They're so loving. So I'm super excited about this live today.
I am super excited too. So we got to do some house cleaning. First and foremost, folks, those who are in YouTube, don't forget, Monica and I have been, Hustle Zone in its entirety we're going on to our 5th year next year. We've been volunteering our time, doing what we could to make this happen for you guys, and we have a lot of amazing guests that's going to be just like Jared. That's going to be on this podcast. So if you're in YouTube right now, if you have the power and the funds, you guys can support us through the super chat. Where that funds are going to go is hiring people of color, especially, and hire people to write, to create content, to also help us develop the world's first living documentary. It's technology that allows you, it's pretty much creating a video that's a wiki. Like, if you guys look at Wikipedia, you can edit any article that you want, and it's a community. A living documentary is a wiki for a documentary. So we're looking for your support. So if you are in the YouTube chats, don't forget to send us $1, $5, $10, $100, $100,000. But either way, donate. And then we also have a GoFundMe campaign. I don't know if I put those links in the description, but here is the link for the GoFundMe. And we wouldn't be here without our proud sponsors. We have our first sponsor, which is Flixier. So Flixier will allow you to edit your videos in the cloud. Yes, in the cloud. So you no longer have to, like, for all those graphic designers like myself out there that have to do everything on the computer, it takes too much time, computing time, etc., CPU time and memory, where if you edit in the cloud, you have to rely on Amazon servers to render everything.
True.
So you don't got to worry about it. You don't got to worry. And you can edit anywhere around the world. So on your laptop, on your phone, you can edit videos. So it's a pretty cool software. If you guys want access to that, just send me a link and I'll send you an affiliate link so that you can get access to that. And then finally, make sure, if you guys haven't done so already, a lot of our content that you're going to see with Hustle Zone is going to be right here on YouTube. So for all the people that are on Facebook and other places, make sure to head over to YouTube, like and subscribe, and hit that notification button. Okay, so now let's see here. We have Patricia Murray in the house. What's going on, Patricia?
Welcome, Patricia.
So Monica is going to do the honors, and she's going to do the honors and read our guest bio, and then we're going to get to the show. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So Jared Dillon is an artist in every sense of word you could think of. So he has studied acting, photography, music. He has won awards, worked with, artists like by all kinds of artists: David Bowie, Madonna, the Rolling Stones, Coldplay, Seal, Alanis Morissette. Like, I love this guy. And has won awards for his drawings, paintings, and songs. So here we go. I want to present you guys our bestest friend, Jared Dillon. Any second. It's like magic. Any second.
What's going on,
There we go.
Jared? Hey,
What's going on? Hey.
I love the
Welcome.
background that you got there. It's you know, you got a nice brick, you got a guitar there, you got a helmet and a
Everything.
cactus.
Yeah,
So-
this is actually the live set for my weekly live stream. I'm live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
And this is where I go live from.
Awesome. And we got yeah, so we got a fan in the house. She says you're a king. Tori says
Yeah.
you're a king.
Tori
So
and I go way back. She's been around since the beginning, pretty much.
That's
Aw.
awesome. That's awesome.
Tori.
She's the best.
So, so Jared, we're gonna start this. Live like we normally do in the Hustle Zone. Is, you know, we are about the story behind the glory. You know, we know that you've done some amazing things, but take us back to when you were a child. You know, tell us what's your origin story? How did you get from where you are now, or so when you were then to now?
Okay, how young are we talking? You want
You
to
can
hear?
go as young. If you were singing when you
The
were
day you
2,
were born.
I
Go to
didn't start
10.
singing-
let me know.
I started singing when I was 15.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I actually, so what happened was in high school, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. I was running like varsity track. I was playing sports, and I did visual art my whole life, but it was like 15 years old when I got diagnosed. I was sleeping 20 hours a day, and I was like mentally, I was completely there the whole time. So it was just very frustrating, and I would be laying in bed with a guitar that I had had for years, just kind of pounding out my first songs, and I started singing, and then from there I went on to the University of Miami and studied music, and kind of changed my whole life is my silver lining of
Wow.
Lyme disease.
Ooh, still got that.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, like so you're telling me that you started singing at 15, so did you know that you could sing prior to that? At all?
No clue. Not at all. Like I would sing a lot, but it wasn't very good. And I'll look at videos of myself, and I was not a great singer. In my head, I sounded amazing, but on recordings, it could have been so much better. And honestly, like every time I would sing, my dad would always be like, "Jared, stop singing." And then when I started taking it seriously, he became my biggest supporter. And you know, so I auditioned for a band, the first band I ever auditioned for. He's like, "Have you ever sung before?" I was auditioning as the singer. I was like, "No, but I'm gonna go for it." And so he got me one professional singing lesson right before the
Wow.
audition, and I made it. Yeah, and
So,
that was the beginning of the end.
I just like, okay, because a lot of people go beyond over and beyond. They have dreams of being a singer and singing in front of stages and stuff like that. So you mean to tell me that prior to 15 years old, there was no inclination, no dream that, hey, maybe I'll try out singing and do songwriting on top of that?
No, all started at 15. I just had a deep passion for attention. Loved attention.
Very
loved
forward, everybody.
Yes.
Very forward.
Yeah, love. I remember, I don't know why I'm saying this out loud. I remember from a very young age just being like, I have so much love to give. Like, I just feel so much love in here. I just want to share it with the world. And yeah, and I guess music kind of was my conduit.
Awesome. Okay, so
Well, I wanted to ask you, what is your creative process like?
It changes. It changes from day to day, changes from song to song. Lately, okay, so there's two like main processes that I've been honing in. And so one of them is sitting down with a guitar or on the piano, whatever instrument I can actually play. And this is cool. Okay, this is I won't
Take your time.
This is something that you'll only know if you've actually collaborated with me, if you've written a song with me. The way I start every session is I have the collaborator or myself, whoever's going to be performing the song, I have them say "Om," and then I'll find whatever pitch they naturally ohm at, and that's the key that we write the song in. And so, and usually like that also informs whether it's a major or a minor song. And from that first chord, I can always hear where it wants to go. And then the song, kind of the melody and the music really come out all at once. And when I hear music, there's always one melody that makes sense to me. And so I always kind of let the song make itself, and then I can painstakingly write lyrics for months. But the words are very important to me. But so there's that process. And then what I've been working on lately, as I've been honing in my production chops, is actually producing a beat that captures a vibe and then just writing a top line to it, which is also something like I'll if somebody sends me beats, if I have a publisher sending beats or a collaborator sending beats, I'll top line that. So it's something I'm comfortable with, and just writing lyrics and melody is kind of
right.
what's gotten me into the situations that I've been lucky enough to be in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, when it comes to what type of music do you normally write? You know, like what is the theme?
The theme?
The theme.
Or your brand, or like how would you narrow down, you know, some of the songs that you write?
Okay. It's very tongue-in-cheek, very cheeky, a lot of innuendo, but always a silver lining. No matter how sad, depressing it gets, I gotta find the silver lining, because if not, I've pretty much given up. But I think that's how I would summarize it. Yeah.
Why the silver lining? A silver lining, you know, because I mean, there's so many ways of ending a song, and why did you choose that to be your, you know, a way that people identify you?
All right. I guess we'll get deep and personal this quick into the interview. Okay. I'm like,
he's like, yeah, that's a good question. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I mean, so I told you I got into music. Music was my silver lining, and so I guess in a way, I'm upset and angry about so many things. And that's just not who I want to be. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be angry. And so maybe in a sense it's selfish, like self-serving, that the music also keeps me going. Like songs like Keep Me on the Edge, songs like I Really Want It. Those are super positive and motivating to me, and were written during like the hardest struggles I've had to go through, you know. It feels like a constant battle pushing a boulder up a hill, trying to be heard and appreciated as an artist and respected, and you know, like I just, even when I'm struggling, I'm not gonna sit there and wallow in it. I'm going to overcome, and that's kind of the silver lining that I want my entire career to put forth. So it's gonna just naturally be reflected in my music, I suppose.
Go ahead, Monica.
So what is one message you would like to give to your fans? Like, what is your main, when you have your fans? Yeah, because they love your music, and you have, like I said earlier, you have an amazing like family of fans. Like your tribe is, I went live one day with you, and to tell you the truth, just the love that you get from them, I really want to know, what is the message you want them to know in your music? What is it that you want to give to them?
Well, first, I want to say that all the love I get from them is returned tenfold. I love them all so much. And that's, I mean, I guess that's really what it is. It's so funny when you say the word fans. It's like, that's a strange concept.
I know.
Somebody's just like a fan. But it's to me it feels like a community of people that have come together around common interests and common goals, and that's just, you know, finding joy and spreading love and being happy.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I guess the one thing I gotta say to my community is thank you for being such
Yeah.
a deep source of love for me and fueling my passion for the music, which brought us together in the first place.
That's awesome. You got a lot of friends in
Mhm.
that. You know, we got Lula. She says we love you,
Luella.
Luella. So we love you.
We
And
love you.
then we had Luciano. He says Luca here from Brazil. This is
Yeah, Luca.
amazing. This is
Yeah.
awesome. This is a full house.
Brazil,
So
welcome.
everyone, if you guys are digging this interview so far, just put a 1 in the chat. We'll put a 1 in the chat. And like I said, if you guys are on YouTube, you know, send us a super chat and we will shout you out on YouTube. And then everybody else, don't forget to click on the GoFundMe campaign after this is all good to help support this broadcast. But Jared, so I noticed that with your, you know, speaking of your fans and whatnot, you know, I find that like listening to your music, you know, your music is it's relatable, right? And you know, I can, when I hear you singing about certain subjects, I'm like, you know what? That's me. That's me. And I think that a lot of the music that you talk about is about some of your relationships,
Yeah.
and you know, and they fuel a lot, and maybe they're
Well, if that's the case, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you relate so
Look what you did, Jared. Look what you did.
look what you did. Look what you did,
Jeez.
Jared.
Come
So
on, Jared.
do you
Yeah.
find that your relationships are, you know, like past experiences have fueled a lot of those songs?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Almost all of them. Every single one.
Almost on the and do you find that because you had, you know, you have some heartbreak, you have some, you know, you good times and all that, and you know, tell me a little bit about your process of channeling some of your old experiences through your music.
Hmm. Yeah. The songs I write, every single song is based on experience, and like I think when I set forth to write lyrics, I more than anything, I love telling stories. I like to think of myself as a storyteller, but more than anything, I like to capture emotion and really write the kind of lyrics that allow the most room for interpretation so that anyone can listen to it and be like, yeah, I identify and kind of apply their own experience um to what they're listening to, what they're hearing. So when it
Mhm.
comes to writing down my experiences, uh, in a sense, usually it happens weeks, if not months, after the breakup or after whatever event, whatever emotion I'm capturing. I give it time to resonate and understand it, and it's not until usually I'm on the other side of whatever I just went through that the song is finished or really comes out. But
Mhm.
then there's also songs like We Can't that was written so in the moment that it was one of the most cathartic experiences. But uh, the process for that song specifically, I was in a long distance relationship with a girl in California. I'm out here in New Jersey, so literally opposite sides of the country, coast to
Mhm.
coast.
Mhm.
And I flew out to see her. Um,
Mhm.
well, well, she flew out to see me, and we had
Mhm.
broken up at the end of her visit. And then I flew out to see. I had already purchased my ticket to fly back to LA the next month, so I
Yeah.
went anyway, and I stayed with some friends. And I saw her, and we went out. I met a bunch of her friends and her sister, and like that, like after breaking up, and it was kind of dramatic and didn't end very well. And so, literally, the next day after going out in a big group of people, I had a studio session set up to write We Can't. and it literally, yeah, that song, I sat back and I played the whole trip in my mind, and I was just like, and I like from getting off the plane in LA, I was just like, "Hello, honey, glad to see you're well. Having fun? Put my heart through hell." And then and just kind of took on from there, and literally that song is a step-by-step recount of that trip to LA, and then that writing session, and then everything was finished. The song was almost done. I just had to write the bridge, and I'm in the studio and she calls me, and I ignore that call. By the way, quick disclaimer, no bad blood. I love this girl. She's an amazing person. And yeah, she's a nurse, and she's, an essential worker on the front end of this this pandemic, and she's doing
much love.
Doing the Lord's work right now. She's an amazing person. But long distance is a real pain in the ass. And then also I left for Ireland for a year, and I barely talked to anybody back in the States for a year. So it was a doomed relationship, unfortunately, as they all are, or have been.
The majority.
Yeah. So anyway, she gives me a call. She gives me a call while I'm in the studio working on the song, and I ignore the call. And then I write, "If you call me and I'm busy, just assume I'm satisfied." And that was the bridge. So it's like that was the most real-time song that ever kind of came out.
Wow, that's amazing.
All based on experience, though.
All based on experiences. So that's why I can relate. And, and I think a lot of people can, relate to that for sure.
So, Jared, what has been out of all of those songs, what has been your favorite song that you've actually performed? Because there's so many good ones. It's kind of hard to pick one, right?
Yeah, what kind of
I know.
Question?
I knew this was going to kill you. So
I gotta choose favorites now.
You gotta think about it. You gotta narrow it down. Yeah.
Okay, my favorite song that I've ever performed, not that I've ever written, that I've ever performed, would probably be, Maybe I'm Amazed.
How come?
Paul McCartney is my favorite songwriter of all time. I just worship that guy. And Maybe I'm Amazed, just one of the greatest love songs of all time as well. And I was not, that song just has a lot of sentimental value for me. And it was one of the first songs that I learned to play on the piano. So
Wow.
I just really enjoy playing that song. Also belting that because it sits really nice in my voice too. So.
Nice. So we got so Luciano says or Luca says, Jared, do you have a release date for the new song?
Dude, Luca, I just released the track on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, there's another one on top of this.
Yeah,
we're gonna all freak out here, Jared.
So much music coming out too. I've written hundreds of songs, but I have maybe like a back catalog that I could probably release like 3 albums right now if I needed to. But I don't have a set date. I don't even want to say a date because I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully soon. Let's say that. Yeah. Sooner rather than later. Let's say ideally within 6 weeks. Ideally, but I'm not committing to anything.
He's lying.
Can't hold me to it.
It's gonna give
actually
6.
5.
Just wait.
It's actually 5.
He's lying. It's gonna be 3. No. He
Just
told me
kidding.
something different.
It's tomorrow.
Just kidding.
So when it comes to because you've the one thing that is not really all over the place, but the fact is that you've written, you've performed alongside a lot of celebrities and people well known in the music industry. Who were the people that that you've worked with, and what were your overall experience with working with all these talented musicians and songwriters?
So I guess the first question is who. I think the first time I ever opened for like a big artist was Andy Grammer, and that was awesome. That was I had just graduated college, and I got to go down to the Jersey Shore and play on the beach, like
Oh,
so
wow.
there were just hundreds of people on the
Yeah.
beach, right? And I was on this big wooden, I guess, like balcony,
Mhm.
and looking out at the ocean and a mob of people underneath, you know? And it was the coolest experience ever. I played a handful of songs completely acoustic. It was for a radio station as well, and got to hang out with Andy Grammer a little bit. And it went so well that I got to open for him again in Rhode Island. And yeah, it was
Wow.
yeah, that he was an awesome dude, and his fans. Oh man, this the saddest and it's the saddest story. At the second gig that I opened for Andy Grammer, I got to I got to mingle with the audience afterwards, and I just for hours, like it was a line of people that were just coming up to me just to talk to me, which the first time in my life that had ever happened.
Mhm.
And it was such an amazing experience, and something that brought me so much drive and focus in what I wanted to uh, keep reaching for. And I found out a week later that one of the girls that I got to speak to did not make it home that night. And her mom reached out to me just to thank me for bringing her so much joy, because she would not stop talking about me. And then that was like, there are moments like that that come up every so often
Right.
that I'm like, that's why I to connect to people on a level like that is why I make music.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, we have to, I'm just going to check in. If anyone's in Facebook, just put a number 1 in the chats. Let us know. Tori's still here. We got, I don't know what this person is saying, but can you read that, Monica?
Sure. En quería tanto entender por qué él es estado. I think this is what's it called?
Portuguese?
Portuguese.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Spanish.
that's why. No.
Quería tanto entender. I think is Spanish.
¿Por qué él has estado? No.
No, because está falando
Fan.
looks like
Yeah, no.
Portuguese.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak in Spanish. Estamos haciendo una entrevista con Jared hoy. Estamos hablando en inglés, pero si quieren algunas preguntas, por favor, preguntá, que yo voy a entender absolutamente todo. Portugués no falo mucho, pero lo voy a ver y vemos si podemos entender bien, ¿ok? So go right ahead, Ryan. Oh, yours!
Awesome. And like we said, if you're in YouTube, send us a super chat, and we will definitely shout you out today on Hustle Zone Exclusiva. So, Jared, we're gonna go into because we've kind of we don't want this to be a typical interview where we talk about your music and how you write your songs and what you think about Paul McCartney. We want to also get a better understanding, because a lot of the work that you've done. I'm not saying you're clean cut, but I think a lot of the you're private, and there's a certain image that is being portrayed with your brand. So we wanted to ask you a few questions just so that your fans and everyone can kind of get to know how amazing guy you are. So what in terms of where do you think at this point you would have been had you not done music?
I'd be an architect.
architect, and
Wow.
Yeah, right.
how so? Like, what was that, a parent's dream? Was that your dream? Kind of explain the story behind that.
Well, like I said, I was always into visual art,
Mhm.
and to me, art, I just like creating, Creating's always been a
Mhm.
passion, and in high school, I was taking drafting classes and architectural design courses, and it was amazing that my high school even offered it, but then I got sick and started making music and found a passion for it, and so it was something that I never felt with architecture, but I know that that was my plan. I went to the University of Miami, and before I was interested in music, I had been down there to look at the architecture school, and I was planning on going to the University of Miami no matter what, but it was either going to be for architecture or music, and at the end, art won out, much to my parents' dismay.
Wow. Oh, Monica was. Hold on one second. She was removed. Hold on. Let me just remove you here. Go go ahead. Sorry. Say that. Sorry. Can you say that last part again, Jared?
Yes, art won out, much to my parents' dismay.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, like, that's kind of, because I went the art direction as well, and so did Monica. It's kind of like,
Mhm.
you have to kind of do what where you find the most, most passion in things. And are you, just a follow up question before Monica asks her question, like, do you think that you're going to be doing music for the rest of your life? Is that kind of what where you see yourself in the future?
I want to be. I really, yeah, of course. I'm never not going to be making music. That I've written idea. I have ideas that I've begun writing for. I don't know if it's going to be TV, film, whatever it is, but I've created this whole universe that I can't wait to tell this story. I can't wait to share this story with the world. Um, I've got fashion design. I've got paintings and stuff I've I've created, and just I want to create, and I want to reach a level of success where I have the opportunity to create just whatever I want. It's always going to be centered around entertainment, I'm sure, just because that has proven to be the way I can connect to people the best. But
Hmm.
who's
Mhm.
to say that I don't design a building one day?
Hmm.
Why put myself in that box?
Hmm.
But
Right, right.
I I will definitely be making music for the rest of my life, and I'll be creating for the rest of my life. Um, it's uh, it's something that every day I wake up and I might not be where I want to be. I
Mhm.
But I'm doing everything I can,
Mhm.
and everything that I do is something I'm passionate about. So at the end of the day, that's a life well lived.
Hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, what are your biggest goals for your life? What progress have you made? And are you, what's the word? Happy with the progress that you made so far? Like, what is your end goal, or
Hmm.
if there's such a thing?
I'm happy. I'm definitely happy with the progress that I've made because, uh, like,
Mhm.
make no mistake, trying to do anything in entertainment on your own, hardest
Mhm.
hardest thing you could sign up for. Doing anything alone is
Yeah.
incredibly difficult, and that's why, I mean, surrounding yourself with the right people is so important. And I don't know that I have. So
Mhm.
it's hard. It's like a hard question. I've taken some terrible advice. I've been taken advantage of,
Hmm.
uh,
Mhm.
for the quality of the content that I can create, and then on top of that, I've been doing it all alone. So every single thing that you see me put out, in order to get that done, I had to go out and do that. And it's very difficult for me as a creative person who gets distracted so easily that to not lose focus and not just want to lock myself away and create art that no one will ever see. But that was like one of the first lessons I learned, and one of the first lessons I learned was that you can't do it alone. And what was said to me that resonated so much was there are people out there that are way more talented than you, and they will never be heard because they don't know how to market themselves, and they don't understand business. And for so long, I was so worried that I wasn't worried. I was very accepting of that. For so long, I figured like that's fine. I need to get on my business grind. And then only recently did I realize being such a perfectionist over everything that I do is turning me into the person who will never be heard. And I guess that's a double-edged sword. Maybe I like my art more. Maybe people would like my art more than what is currently popular, but it doesn't matter if they never hear it or see it. So I'm going off on such a tangent right now.
That's okay.
I don't even remember the question.
No, but you're talking about your progress and goals.
There it is, the progress. Yeah, but I've always been the kind of person to overthink everything. And I'm so hyper aware of the moment that it's really nice. Like in some sense, like certain experiences feel so surreal because I'm like, I'm going to look back on this and it's going to be a moment to look back on. But when I look at my progress over the last 10 years, I've been making music now for 10 years. And I know that I've made so many mistakes that I could be a lot further than I am. But I'm proud to be where I am.
And what were some of those mistakes? Because, I mean, there's a lot of people, especially fans. I mean, a lot of fans want to do what you're doing, and some of them can't, so they kind of live through the artists that they like to watch. But for those who want to get into the music industry, I mean, the music industry is not that it's not that easy. You have to when you're dealing with record labels, you're dealing with advances and having to recoup. A lot of artists don't recoup on some of the records that they put out, putting them in a financial bind. I know now in the music industry, a lot of people are going independent, but even with that being said, being independent, you don't really sell a lot. Like, the album sales are not like they were, in the early 90s, the late 90s, and the early 2000s, right? So, you're going to have to, you're having to tour, you have to do all this other stuff. So, what are some of the valuable advice for this generation, of artists that are looking to come up? Like, what would you advise them with some of the mistakes that you've encountered?
I think there's a massive misconception around what it means to be an independent artist. Just because you're independent doesn't mean you're not answering to somebody. Doesn't mean you to the amount of time, money, and energy you have to invest into being an independent artist. Just to maintain your ownership of whatever it is you're creating, the rights to your masters, whatever it is that you're telling yourself is the reason you'd rather be independent than signed to a major label, is like 100% of nothing is still nothing, and that's an extreme idea. But at the end of the day, I think you need to focus on what it is, not focus, have some clarity on what it is you're trying to do. And if you're trying to reach as many people as possible, a major label would be the way to go. And if you're in it for the money, you're in it for the wrong reason, because that's going to reflect in everything you do. And I just don't want to do anything for the money. And that's the worst thing any business person could say. The worst thing. I shouldn't say this on a live interview, but I'm not
No, but
writing music to make money. I'm writing music because it's what I love. And if I could turn that into a living and resonate with so many people, that there's a value, that I bring value to people's lives. I want, that's the best business advice I can give you right now. Give anybody watching right now is be valuable. Create value. And I mean, just from you saying like you identify with my music, that's the most valuable thing in the world to me. I would do everything exactly the same just to hear that.
Wow.
So business advice. If you ask like what would my learn the business, learn business. You can't do it alone. Can't do it alone. It's not worth it to do it alone, because then who are you going to celebrate with? And this is the biggest one for me. Never compromise. And that's why I say what I say. Never compromise your voice. Because for me personally, I felt in moments where I did not have the music sound the way I wanted it to sound, but I did it anyway, because I was being told like, my hands were tied. Like it was, do this because this is how you become successful. First of all, nobody knows what is going to hit and what's not. And if you don't believe in it yourself, then it's not. It's not going to hit.
Exactly.
Don't ever compromise your voice. And there are plenty of people that have been so successful and over doing whatever it is they were told to do or whatever it is they thought would sell. And while I would never want to be one of those people, I'm sure that there is a lack of fulfillment in there somewhere. And it's probably one of the reasons you see such a dissatisfaction among some of the most successful artists in the world.
Wow. Great answers. Just wanted to shout out to everyone in the chats. Like it's just filled with people talking. We want to thank you guys, folks. And I just want to do another shout out to our, sponsors, Flixier, edit your videos in the cloud. Should you guys if you're interested, if you are into video editing or anything like that, and you want to try out the software, just put a 2 in the chat, and then we'll message you after the live is done and give you a exclusive access to it. So the other thing too, so we have a few things that are being said. So JD says, I don't know how to pronounce, I don't know what they said, but it means I love you all.
I don't know what language that is. I'm like nervous to say it, but
he's saying it means I love you all. It means I love you all.
Love you all.
Yeah. Scream it, Jared. Scream it with love.
Macaco!
There we go.
That was, but I'm almost certain that I said it with a perfect accent.
You did. I'm pretty sure.
Awesome. And then Luciano says, could you talk about the experience of the clip with fans in I Really Want It?
Oh, Luca. He's in the video. That's why he says that.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm on the set of Experiencing Music right now. And on one week, maybe a month before the song actually got released, I said on the live stream, like, I need to make a video and I can't leave the house. I'm quarantined here. So why don't you all, if you want to be in the video, let me know, tag me on your story or whatever, and I'll send you a prompt for what I need from you. And the concept was, what do you really, the song's called I Really Want It, and the prompt was, what do you really want to do when the stay-at-home order's released? And we got people from all over the world, every continent, every habitable continent. And it was the most amazing and rapid, like quick turnaround of all time. I think the video was completed in a week and a half maybe, and I animated and edited the whole thing myself. Had everybody send me video clips of them holding up signs that they made. I even have, if I step off camera for literally a second, these are the signs. These are examples of signs. This was my sister's. She really wanted to go back to school. And this was Max. He really wanted to have a potty. In hindsight,
that's good. I like that.
I really wish I wrote potty with a W, because it's but that's fine. We don't have to talk about that too. It's fine. Yeah, so we got people from all around the world. Luca makes an appearance in there. It's it was an amazing experience to see how people from every corner of the globe had so much in common. Everybody was putting in similar ideas, and I couldn't use all of the submissions, but the ones that I did get to use were just, it was so heartwarming, and it's still going on. If people want to hold up a sign and put it in their story, I share every single one. So
awesome. And then the last question is, have you ever heard any Brazilian music?
What kind of question
who has
is that? But yeah,
best music in the world.
Tall and young and lovely.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
you know what it is. Come on.
So, Jared, you speaking about that song, how you released it, and how you got to that. How I mean, let's go before that. How is it that COVID has affected you and your work? Minus that song, because obviously that's what happened. But how has it affected you being at home? Kind of, because I mean, myself, I work at home, so I'm kind of used to it. But yet, obviously, we have those needs that we want to go out or we want to do something, or sometimes even just be inspired to work or to be creative, right? So, how is that? How have you taken that experience so far?
I'm sure very much like everyone else in the world, it's completely changed my whole way of interacting with the world, and it's been a struggle, honestly. I had a month worth of gigs booked in Miami that just were completely canceled, and it's like, it's a lot of my money comes from live performance, but in the meantime, I was able to start up a freelance graphic design and animation business, because that's something I've been doing for myself as well as other artists for a period of time, and entrepreneurs who are starting their own businesses. I'll help them build a brand kit and design ads for them or product photos. So I was able to launch this. Broken Planet Media is the name of my media company, and
check it out, you guys.
Check it out, BPM, Broken Planet Media. It's my Instagram, Broken Planet Media. It's got some photos on there. I'm so not active on that page because I've got J Dillon Music that I do everything through, which is my whole personality. But it's a mostly word of mouth business. But I have been able to sustain myself in the meantime with graphic design and animation, in addition to releasing new music and collaborating with people remotely. I actually just 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was even last week, I don't know, they all blur together now, but let's say last week I just did my first in-person collaboration since lockdown started. So I'm getting out there again.
Okay, and folks in the chats, we still see. I thought I saw something there. Okay, no, I can't pronounce this. This is again in.
Something from Ipanema. Garota de Ipanema.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so Monica,
Monica, you work with?
Work with. Dot dot dot.
da, da, da.
The
Yeah.
mysterious. It's mysterious.
And
I
we just
don't
want to
know.
encourage people. In the we will shout you out. We'll do a little dance. If you guys in the chat send us a super chat, whether it's $1, $2 through $3, $5, $10. We're looking to build Hustle Zone TV. Encourage writers to hire writers and to encourage more diversity in the media space. So, and shout out to all those that you guys are amazing. I'm just seeing a lot of activity here. Thank you guys so much for.
How can I see the thread?
The thread is actually on the top, so you can see the thread. If you look on are you on a computer or on a?
If I pull it up on my phone right here.
Yeah.
Or is it on? If I have.
It's on. It's on here. It's on StreamYard. Are you on a phone?
I'm on. I mean, my iPad. Oh, live comments! Holy crap! There's so many.
We're going through them anyways, so
yeah,
we'll go through them as we go for sure.
So,
awesome.
Jared, we have reached an hour. Are you good to go a little longer?
Yeah, it depends how interesting the questions are, but sure.
Okay,
awesome.
We're going there.
We do have a round 2, lightning round. That's going to be coming up shortly, but I guess as an entrepreneur and you're a business person, you're someone that, a lot of your friends, maybe, I don't know, maybe a lot of your friends that you've grown up with will never experience some of the things that you've experienced. Because you have a list of accomplishments, you've worked with a lot of amazing people, but, a lot of that stuff can be very isolating. And, because there's a lot of people that don't understand. And if you are dealing with people in the industry, industry tends to be, all about business and, and what can I get from you? So you kind of find yourself in a box, in a good place, mind you. I'm sure you wouldn't trade what you're doing for the world. But at the same time, there's pockets of, there are pockets of being, I don't know if it's loneliness but there are pockets where, where you feel like you can't express yourself the way that you want to. Now, do you identify with what I'm saying? And, what sort of relationships do you have with the friends that you grew up with? People that are not in the music industry.
Yeah, I mean, of course I identify, but I think what you're talking about is something that everybody has those experiences that are hard for them to articulate. And that's like one of the things that I have pushed myself to see in everyone, is that everybody's got their own experience, and no matter what their experience is, it's going to be unique to them, and I'll never be able to understand their experience. No matter what they do, no matter who they are. They could be in entertainment, and I still won't understand their experience and where they came from and what they had to overcome, because I'm not them. I didn't have to live it the way that they did. So in a sense, that's a sad answer, because you're alone no matter what. Doesn't matter. And I choose to go a little deeper and say, well, we're all alone, which means we're all alone together. And that's why the one thing that I really love to practice, and I don't preach, but the one thing that I would love to spread more than anything is just understanding. And that's like an understanding that we just don't know, and we don't understand. world would be a better place if there was more understanding. Is all I.
What an
how I feel.
interesting perspective. You know, we are all alone, but we're all alone together.
I like
Silver lining. I see a theme.
Silver lining.
I'm telling you, the silver linings get me through. It's just I don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah,
It's
no,
my default.
That's a great answer.
Jared, I was wondering, I'm going to ask you for a big favor. Do you think it's possible that you could sing us something that would, anything you want, and tell us why you picked that song?
I would love to. I haven't played this song for a really long time, and I just so happen to have a guitar.
Look at that.
Oh, you can't even see it. It's down
There
here,
it is.
which is going to be even
Acoustic.
cooler.
Mm.
Yeah, I have my acoustic over here. Well, like I said, I'm on the set. I got all my instruments. I have a ukulele over here. The screen is literally sitting on a piano.
Oh, really?
A keyboard. Yeah,
Gotcha.
You're on the keyboard. I just said, like, we've been talking about silver linings. And this song is one of the first songs I ever wrote. So forgive me. I have to. This is just like, I don't know what it is. Like, my songs, to me personally, when I tap that vein of creativity, it's almost prophetic, where like they get more true to me over time. And I love those songs that as I age, they age with me. And this is my first EP that I ever recorded was with Anthony Resta and Cariati Suteja. And they brought this song to life, introduced me to recorded music and everything. And just this song has always been something that, one, is about silver linings, and two, gets more true over time for me. So hopefully, you think I should keep the headphones in for this, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
let me know how it sounds. How's that sound so far?
Sounds good.
So far, good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start singing now. So.
Okay, we'll let you.
This one's for the rainy days and all those rude awakenings. I seem to have lost touch with my brain. I built a bridge to burn it down again. And this one's for the heart attacks and all those times I broke my back just trying to keep together at the seams. But when I take your breath away, I might forget to give it back. I'm glad to know that it's all worth it in the end. Why can't things be picture perfect? Why pretend? Oh, when we're caught in panic, I won't stop. Guess we're not so photogenic after all. Long nights, sound asleep, I lost. I look back now what they've cost. I finally realize what it means to hold on to important things.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jared.
Beautiful, Jared. Why you gotta
Hopefully
do
that's-
that? Make me all emotional.
No, I'm sorry. Hopefully that one's stuck in your head for the next 3 days.
Oh, Jared, don't do that. You're so mean.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. So we have reached the end of this interview. So we're gonna go to the lightning round part 2. So bow bow bow, lightning round.
Round, lightning round, la 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 la, lightning round, lightning round.
Okay. This is why Jarrett is the singer and Monica and I.
It's not.
But
That was
okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know he's such a hater.
Haters.
Whatever, Ryan. Whatever.
Okay, Jared. Talking or texting?
Talking. FaceTime.
FYI, FaceTime.
Yeah.
Me too. I would say voice messaging.
Voice
You
messaging.
voice message constantly. I get like 10
Right?
messages. They're all audio recordings.
Yes!
And I gotta listen to every single one before.
Yes, you do. You know why? You know what my problem is? Is like I have this issue. Like when I read, I feel like I'm not understanding the person. I feel like if I send a voice message, you feel my words and you feel in my tone, and if I'm mad or if I'm not. Because sometimes I'll write something, and everyone thinks like I'm being mean or I'm being too forward. So when it's happened, they're like, "What the heck's up with you?" And I'm like, "No, this is what I meant." And they're like, you said it so nicely. Like, yeah, like you should know me by now. So yeah, I'd rather do that.
Fair. Very
awesome. So favorite day of the week?
Sunday. Live streams 8 p.m. Experiencing music, baby.
There you go. Plug. Monica.
Pew, pew, pew.
Let's do Monday, I guess.
Monday. Okay.
Because you start the week.
What an odd answer.
Yeah, because Monday is usually a terrible day for most people because they gotta go.
No,
out.
I know, but you know what though? I hate because Ryan. Come on, we work every single day of our lives, but I think that Monday is like the starting of a new week, so you should be excited regardless because you're like, like you want to like face all your goals I could say every single day, but Monday for me is like the starting of awesomeness.
Reset. What goals are you going to tackle this week?
Exactly. Jared gets me.
I got you.
Come on, Ryan. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, okay, whatever. Favorite day of the week? Oh yeah, I said that. Favorite city besides the one that we live in?
Our favorite what? Our city?
So favorite city besides the one that you live in?
Oh,
that's a tough one. That's the hardest question. Which one? I guess I'm considering New York to be the one I live in.
So New York.
That's cheating.
Miami.
Oh,
love Miami.
Okay.
It's my happy place.
What about you, Monica?
Well, I'm in South America right now, which would be Montevideo, the city, which is amazing. If I had to pick, I'd probably. I really like. That's hard. I don't want to go to our city, Calgary, but I like more Vancouver, BC-ish type of shit.
I mean, you kind of live there too, so.
Whatever, Jared. Whatever.
I don't know. It just feels like you're cheating. I feel like
you're cheating. Okay, sure. Let's do. I'm here. Technically, I'm here in Uruguay, so I can say Calgary or BC.
Technically,
my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Technically, you're right. Fine. Okay.
I am. I'm always right.
Nickname your parents used to call you.
Monica, Mona, Monita, Delia. Delia is my middle name. Delia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Or Morocha.
nice.
What about you, Jared?
Those are all really nice nicknames. My parents were not. So I don't know if I could say
They weren't
their
that nice.
nicknames on the air. J-Man, JD.
J-Man, JB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. And last song. Oh no, we'll get that one. That one's not relevant. Would you rather be able to speak a language or every language of the world, or talk to animals?
Oh,
That's hardcore question. Like, I
that's
just
a
want to do
great
both.
question.
Right?
I'm going
What?
animals for sure. Are you kidding? Animals.
You would do
Animals.
animals?
Yeah, because people, even if I
Yeah.
didn't speak their language,
Nature.
I would be able to communicate with a human being, with like Pictionary. Fantastic at Pictionary. So like I would be totally down with hieroglyphics, tell the story through pictures. But if I could also speak to animals, that's a superpower now.
Yes, yes, that
Mhm.
is it. Totally, I agree with you. Scale from 1 to 10. How good of a, or did I miss you, Monica? You said
Yeah, you're rude. I'm just joking. No, I was agreeing with him, so it's all good.
so. It's all
I
good.
said,
Okay.
It's all
So
good.
scale of 1 to 10. How good of a driver are you? So we'll start with Jared.
What's the setting? Are we just talking getting from A to B, or like
Yeah.
racing?
Okay.
Both settings.
8.5.
General.
8.5. What
Yeah.
about you, Monica?
I'll
Yeah,
be
what
very
about you?
honest.
honest.
You never asked me that. I'll be very honest. I was in a really big car crash in general. So for me, I have a it's funny because I've never actually really talked about it, but in Calgary, I was in actually a really big car crash. So I have like a phobia of driving. I know how to, but I kind of stay away from it because of that.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
what you're
that.
saying is you're out of practice. You're not a very good driver.
It's weird because I know I can drive craziness like gangster hardcore,
Oh
but
yeah.
when that happened, you
Sure,
know,
sure.
but yeah. But the
So
thing
1 to
is,
10 is what the question was. Like, where were you?
yeah, yeah, no, I'm a good driver. It's just since that happened, I just choose not to, which has been really hard for me. But I got so, especially being in Uruguay, I'm over here, people are more into taking the bus and walking, and I like that. It's more Europeanish in that sense. Yeah, I'd just rather do that. Or just get a
Still,
chauffeur.
So
That works.
still public transportation.
0, folks, 0.
You killed me on that.
Yeah. So fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is Monica.
He comes to me. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Fill in the blank.
Is a very kind woman.
Jared.
An artist.
Awesome. Invisibility or super strength?
Oh. Wow. Can I just pick both?
No.
There's like,
I don't know. I didn't make the rules, but I know that's against them.
That was definitely. Okay, so be invisible or
Super strength.
Super strength.
strong. Oh, I think I would say invisible. Because then I could go to any soccer games I want to down here, and I could just get in without anybody knowing it, and then I could get it wherever I want to go. Period.
Wow. Tells me a lot about you, Monica.
What about you,
the
Jared?
most devious superpower. Well, like I said at the beginning of the interview, I've had a deep love of attention my entire life. So invisibility would just not be the superpower for me.
Of course not.
And also super strength is like the most ostentatious superpower. So yeah, I'm going to go with super strength.
Super strength. Okay.
Oh,
And
Mr. Superman.
second last question. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers or vegan to eat animal crackers? So we'll go with.
Listen. Go ahead.
Go, Jared.
We're talking about morality.
Yeah.
Then I don't think it's a moral issue. But if you give me a moment to look it up, I don't know that animal crackers are gluten-free, so it may not be appropriate for them.
Oh, smarty pants. Smarty pants, everybody. We got a smarty pants here. Jared, look it up and I'll answer too.
All right, I'll look it up.
Team Jared, let's go.
And while we're doing this, so this is Hoyeo? Is that how I pronounce that?
KKK. ¿Qué es eso? He's saying, oh, what is that? He's like, okay. What is it?
So we got, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. So what's the ingredients?
I just Googled animal crackers vegan friendly ? And it said yes.
That was so awesome. Okay, yeah, what did it say?
Yes, they're vegan friendly. Animal crackers aren't real animals, of course, and the original confections by scoffers don't contain any direct animal ingredients like dairy or eggs. The answer is, what was the question? Is it a yes or a no?
Yeah.
Most vegans eat animal crackers.
Yes.
That is the smartest answer that we've had.
The only person that didn't just answer to answer. I love that.
I have the answer to every question in the entire world right here.
Wow. Look at you. Look at you all smarty over there.
So final question, and this is directed to Jared. What's next for you?
Probably going to finish this coffee. My sister just made some cookies, and I'm going to go upstairs and eat my body weight in chocolate chip cookies.
Yummy.
And then it's Saturday night, so I'll just do some laundry and pass out around 7. Oh, wait, it's 8:20. Well, there goes my night.
The end.
The end.
I don't know, quarantine lifestyle. I've got so much music coming, guys. I can't wait to release it. I can't wait to share it with you. I have so much on the horizon that I want to share with you that I just don't want to jinx it because I'm very superstitious in weird ways. But here, how about this? Oh, Magic 8 Ball. What's next for me? Cannot predict now. That's crazy.
I knew it.
That's such a Jared thing to say.
Damn. You know what's funny is I asked I don't think Monica was on the call before, but I said, will this be the best live interview on YouTube history? And it just said yes. And I gotta say, best interview I've ever had.
Awesome.
Oh,
also
Jared, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
Would you ever come back, Jared?
Yeah, I didn't realize I had to leave, but
you're getting kicked off, Jared.
Yeah, all right.
Well, yeah, we would invite you. We have a show called Hustle Zone Jam Session where, we integrate with the fans. The fans come into the chats. And then we ask everyone a question. So it's like a fanfare experience with you being the guest. So if you're open to coming to one of those shows,
that sounds awesome.
We'd be happy to have you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that we have one last thing that we got to do before we sign out. So this is a call and response. People in the hip hop world know what a call and response is, but a call and response is if I say something, then you say something afterwards. So what I'm going to say is welcome to and then we need you to scream Hustle Zone as loud as you can. And we're going to
scream it with you.
Needs to disturb all of the family members. And for those who are watching, in the chats, please make sure to let us know how well did you like this interview. Did you guys like this interview? Put a number 1 in the chat. And will you recommend this interview to a friend? And once this interview is done, you can go in and you can share it to people that weren't here, that weren't able to watch. And don't forget, folks, send us a super chat. We will definitely shout you guys out. And and then we also I put in the link, or in the chat sections, our GoFundMe account for you to donate to Hustle Zone TV, the world's first living documentary. So I want to thank everybody for coming in today. So, Jared, you ready?
So dope. Hustle Zone.
Hustle Zone. Welcome to the Hustle Zone. That was pretty weak. That was weak, Jared.
Oh.
We got to do this one more time.
Jared,
it needs to be.
Come on, man.
Oh, it has to be loud, and it has to disturb the peace. So,
I'm not trying to disturb the peace on a Saturday night, but all right.
Okay. Welcome to the Hustle Zone. Okay, thank you. That was great. That was amazing. So, thank you so much, Jared. Where can we find you?
Everywhere. Literally everywhere. Spotify, YouTube,
Everywhere.
Apple, Instagram. Check me out, J Dillon Music. Sundays at 8 p.m. I'm live, but I'm always there. And I try to respond to every message I get on Instagram, which takes up a lot of my time, but I'm there. So
awesome.
Come find me. Come find me.
And for all those that were in the chat, thank you. Patricia, you had a lot of people from all over the world in this chat. We have from Barcelona, from Brazil.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So
awesome.
Thank you guys so much. And we'll be here. We have, what's our next show, Monica?
For which part?
For Hustle Zone Exclusiva.
So, it'll be in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, folks.
2 weeks. So every 2 weeks we'll be having and featuring an artist on Friday and Saturday. So watch out, you guys. You guys will get notifications on our Instagram and our Facebook and our YouTube, everywhere. So you guys, you gotta make sure you subscribe to Hustle Zone, because heck, while you're doing that, press the, what do you call it? The little, we say campanita in Spanish, the ringer, what the heck is that thing called? The ringer? The bell. Hit the bell. I'm like, ringer, campanita. So make sure you touch that, because then you guys will get the notification as well as we go live. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you guys later. Peace. And I really mean that. Peace. Because the world is going through so much right now, and we just need some healing. And so we're going to end our shows by just love and peace. So we love you guys from the bottom of our hearts, and we just wish the world, can get some time to heal. Okay. Have a good one. And we are gone. Bye.